Let's get started. All right, we're going to start with a surprise edition. Senate Bill 101.
Senate Bill 101, as it came into you guys, I have a single page reprint for distribution. Sorry, Kim, late edition. Yeah. All right, here. Always on this. So it came in as creating a $1.9 million mandate for the Schaefer Center for Public Policy at the University of Baltimore. The amendments limits the mandate instead to 1.5 million. And it would only be for 3 years from fiscal 25 through 27. And then further, there's an amendment there. A bill that created a commission had the DLS as the primary staff for it. This changes it to the Schaefer Center in consultation with DLS and the other agency that's represented on the commission.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we also on your desk, you have a consent agenda. Number 17. Those are all bills that we have already passed unanimously in here and on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now we're moving on to the voting list number 15, and we'll start with Senate Bill 1186.
Okay, so 1186, it's local for Howard County. You guys do have a letter. It establishes a task force to study revenue options for school capital needs. There is one amendment that just shifts the deadline for the report and who receives the report.
All those in favor? Opposed?
If the cross file that you also have is House Bill 1450 to match, that would be a favorable vote.
Okay, all those in favor? 1450.
Correct.
I guess I'll have to take those. No questions on the floor, please. All right, so that's Guy and Guy. While we're there, why don't we do the other ones from the Howard County delegation at the back of the list? House Bill 1357.
Yep, this one is, as the chairman said, also for Howard County. You do have a letter. And this one establishes, basically authorizes the county to exempt real property belonging to owners of certain moderate income housing developments if those owners enter into a payment in lieu of taxes agreement with the county.
All's in favor? Opposed? Okay.
House Bill 1440. You also have a delegation letter, and what this one does is it requires the Howard County Board of Education, if it approves a capital budget that's different from that submitted by the schools, that they need to publish a report within 30 days. That just explains the differences. It's just a transparency, the rationale behind the differences, etc.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, let's go back to the front. House Bill 2.
House Bill 2, it's a cross-file to a bill that passed the Senate, just not unanimously. Not unanimously. The only difference is this is the one that authorizes the special classification of property for vacant and abandoned property. Substantively, the House came over identical. However, it did not have the report that you guys had added to the Senate bill, so this would conform the House bill to the Senate bill.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Same vote.
Yep, same vote, Kim.
Okay.
So was it you guys, some partisan note?
So the floor, I only have the Senate floor vote. I didn't look up the budget and tax vote, was 34-10 on Senate Bill 138.
Okay, it's a good bet. Who had that bill last time? Who?
Thank you.
Did, who took it to the floor?
We'll look that up.
We're on 35 now, but we're talking, somebody's looking up two who was on it. On the floor.
Right. Yeah, we have it all in our records, just need to look it up. House Bill 35, this is a cross file, how you guys, didn't move it, although not for any particular reason that I know of. So it's a departmental bill that requires the county permit offices that when they currently, submit a copy of any permits to SDAT, this would add a piece of information to those permits that would be required, which is the estimated cost of construction. There is no, state impact, potentially minimal for locals. There you go.
We were just too busy to move.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a departmental, so it only needs to move one house.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Corey?
Got it.
Last two.
Yep.
54.
Okay, 54, there was no cross file for this one. This has to do with basically property that is transferring through a will or upon the death of someone without a will. Current law prohibits that any transfer of that type of property to be recorded until any past taxes are paid. This bill would say that it can be recorded with owed taxes, but only if there's an installment payment plan that is in existence, and that itself would be, you know, provided to the clerk of court in order to do that. It also, in terms of tax sales, it basically says that the state tax sale ombudsman is required to contract with the vendor to operate this installment payment program. This would be available for any homeowner. And then so it would basically prohibit the property from going to tax sale if there is this payment plan in existence.
Okay. Yes, sir.
There a certain amount that you're limiting this, that if somebody and hundreds of thousands are dead, or is there like a limit or not?
No,
It's just,
no limit.
just a matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. This feels like a Jacksonville.
He was trying to hide behind his laptop over there.
63?
54 you got.
I thought that was,
You're probably gonna get the next one too.
okay.
Keep talking. All right, 63.
Alrighty, Senate Bill 63, House Bill 63 is identical to a Senate bill which passed unanimously. The only difference is what you guys did to the Senate bill is as it was introduced, it's basically expanding eligibility for an authorizing tax credit for non-permanent disabled veterans. You guys then added an amendment that gave the counties the option of whether they wanted to expand it to those individuals or not. So I have an amendment prepared that would make this House bill match the Senate bill.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay. Senator Jackson, you got that one? 165.
72.
It is.
Okay, this is the bill about the annual audit reporting requirements and any delayed submission of those financial audits. The House came out with a couple of different provisions. The amendments before you would amend it and put it back into the same posture as the Senate bill.
All this, we know what this is, right? All in favor? Sure. Oh, these are the House bills. Okay, Senator Benson. You'll have this bill.
Yeah.
174. Come on now.
House Bill 174. This was also a cross-file to a bill that came up before you guys twice for discussion, but was not moved. This is the departmental bill that would require a $100 filing fee if you're appealing the valuation of any property that's greater than $5 million. What the House did is it made that fee due only if you have an unsuccessful appeal.
Thoughts? $5 million properties, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So. We like this bill? Do we want this bill? This is not strong. I don't have strong feelings about that. I'm literally, what if anybody feels one way or another about this?
I understand what you're trying to do. You know, limiting all these applications coming in, but it seems a little high.
$100 seems high on a $5 million property.
Again, what the purpose of this bill is.
The testimony that was provided by the department was basically that a lot of, companies or entities that have these big properties just kind of unilaterally appeal any assessment, whether there's merit to it or not, just as a matter of course. And so the department thought this might be a way to kind of deter that type of automatic appeal that they did.
All right, we're gonna hold that. We're gonna hold the next one. 228.
House Bill 228 is identical to Senate Bill 259 as it passed the Senate earlier this session. You do have an amendment on your desk that will conform the House bill to the Senate bill as it passed. That amendment authorizes the department to expend up to $400,000 for a project that addresses critical maintenance needs without prior approval. It passed the Senate 36-9 and passed B&T 11-2 with Bailey and Senators Bailey and Quarterman opposing.
Okay. Favor was amended. All in favor? Opposed? All right. You got that right, sir? That's yours. $376.
House Bill 376, no cross file. I do have a local letter from Prince George's County delegation. It requires them to study the feasibility of relocating the Prince George's County school systems. The delegation did request an amendment, which is already incorporated into a reprint.
Then just ask a question.
Sure.
So do you have to have, in order to do something, do we need legislation to do that? Can't they just do it? Sure. I'm just wondering why we're doing legislation, that's all. Because I know my own county just did it and they're in their new place and nobody knows about it yet. So
We'll address it. There's a history of incredible fights over moving the school system headquarters.
there was in my county too.
And I believe that the intent here is to create a process that is transparent and is inclusive so that we get to a place to actually do it.
Okay.
Senator Watson used to serve on the school
Yeah,
board.
I mean, I'm not
He went
against
through
it. I
that pain and suffering.
just hate to do legislation if we don't need it, that's all.
I understand. Thank you.
It is uncodified with the sunset.
All those in favor is amended,
Aye.
opposed? Senator Rosepap?
Thank you.
We put out our RFP. Yeah.
We're 51.
I'm sure that was. I suck up.
You can explain more delicately than that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right. Right, don't we? Then I know. Exactly right.
All right.
451.
So House Bill 451 is a departmental bill. This bill is similar to Senate Bill 1142 that passed the Senate unanimously earlier this session. However, the House passed the departmental bill instead of the companion to Senate Bill 1142. So what this bill does is, beginning in fiscal 2025, it mandates an annual distribution from the state's unclaimed property fund to the tax clinics for low-income Marylanders, and at an increased amount of $500,000 as compared to the $250,000 in the previous bill. This bill also increases the annual mandated appropriation for the Creating Asset Savings and Hope cash campaign, $500,000 to $800,000. And the House is going to conform 1142 to this bill so that both bills match.
Perfect. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. Senator Zucker. 490.
House Bill 490, the committee heard, it is for the donations to diaper banks and other charitable entities. And basically it extends through tax year 2026, the income tax attraction modification for donations of diapers, other hygiene products for infants and families.
Mr. Chairman, this is actually my cross file. It used to be George Edwards. I filed it late, so that's why it never had a Senate hearing. We didn't get it out of rules, but I like this bill a lot.
Well, if you like it. All right, it's good, Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Zucker. Hmm. 666.
666 is a matching cross file to Senate Bill 35. This was the bill that was lowering the age for the senior SNAP supplement and increasing from $40 to $50 the minimum monthly benefit. It just wasn't unanimous in the Senate. It was 35-10.
All those in favor? Opposed? What? Corey? It's a match too, right?
It's not a match, but you wanted this version.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
House Bill 688. This is the one that has to do with the Historical and Cultural Museum Assistance Program. It's identical to its crossfile that passed out of this committee and passed the Senate unanimously. There's one difference that current law prevented a recipient from getting both this grant and a State Arts Council grant. The House bill strikes that, thus allowing a recipient to get both, assuming they go through the usual process for both. And that's the bill.
All in favor? Opposed? Who did I give that to last?
You.
I don't remember who had that last thing. I don't think I did, even though it was my bill. I like to spread the wealth. The joy. 780.
House Bill 780 was not cross-filed. This is new to you. The bill is a procurement bill that would establish competitive sealed proposal procurement as the preferred method to solicit security services if the contract is expected to be greater than $1 million. The idea being on the sealed bids, you're basically just looking at the cost. On sealed proposals, they look at other factors too to determine that the state is they can select from the proposals that the state gets the best value. So consider other factors other than just price.
Thoughts?
It establishes the competitive sealed proposal method as the preferred method for security service contracts above $1 million. As opposed to the bids, yeah.
And look at other things besides just the price.
Correct.
Correct.
If it's above $1 million.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody good with this? All right. All in favor? Opposed? Senator Hillman? I think I skipped one too. 765. Was not a purposeful skip.
All right.
Sometimes.
House Bill 765. It's not listed as a cross file, but it's nearly identical to Senate Bill 321, which passed unanimously. The only thing that's different is it's substantively identical. They just did some reorganization for, grammar and flow, which I did talk to the counterparts in the House, and they're going to make those same changes to the Senate bill.
That's why I was afraid of.
They're gonna change ours, or they're gonna change theirs.
No, actually, if I might.
Please.
I had the cross file and so we actually could form it. And it's just minor, as mentioned by Ms. Erica.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Senator Jackson. Coming down, round and third. Come on down. Washington County.
House Bill 928, this also was not cross-filed. It's a local Washington County bill that would authorize the county to enter into a contract for the purchase of one or more vehicles without advertising for bids if the amount involved does not exceed $100,000.
When does this go to the floor?
We can do second reader tomorrow. It's really your choice. You can distribute second reader tomorrow. We can distribute tomorrow, second reader Monday.
We'll just pull some of them off for that.
I did not do that.
I'm just gonna pull a couple of them off that you can drag out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we have the letter on this and
We do
everything.
have a letter on this one.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? We'll wait for Senator Corman to get back, but to actually take it to the floor. No, we just voted it, but we'll just drag her feet a little bit, so.
Not because we hit it.
Not because we hit it, it's because we'd like Senator Corman to get back, obviously.
Yeah.
We'll do that, the same thing on this one, well, while you're sitting here, I'm not gonna make you get up again. Let's go 933.
933, this is a exact match cross file to Senate Bill 974. The
Yep, got
vote
it.
was 42-3.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, this other Washington County one will vote.
No cross file, you do have a local letter.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll make sure that gets on the right calendar. And the last one for today, 1068.
I have one that I forgot to mention.
Okay.
So 1068 is the cross file to Senate Bill 577. You all had voted 577 with amendments. Instead of creating the checkoff for the organ donation bill, it would require the comptroller to develop a process when people file their taxes to be sent the link to go to the organ donor registry. The Senate bill is still in JPR. I believe it's on their voting list. I don't think they got to it yet. So the House bill is in the same posture as Senate Bill 577 as you all amended it, which is currently pending in JPR.
Okay. All those in favor? Opposed? This is your bill, right, Nancy?
Yes. And, I think JPR is secondary in that one too, so we'll send it over.
Yep. And magically it appears. Maybe.
It's weird.
It's a good start.
The House accidentally,
All right, we're bringing back House Bill 54 in effort to add a House sponsor.
All right.
Which House sponsor who worked hard on the bill and was inadvertently left off. So, you know, we're happy to correct the mistakes the House makes. So that's why we're here.
Delegate Hill.
No,
Nope.
Delegate Atterbury is it
No, she's the, we need to add Delegate Hill as co-sponsor.
as a co-sponsor. No, but Atterbury is the sponsor. Yeah, we're gonna be adding Delegate Hill. All those in favor? Opposed? Anything else? Another good day's work. That's right. Exactly.
$10,009 on the consent calendar. It wasn't cross-file, but it's identical and was unanimous. Just wanted to note that for you.
Yeah.